Hello, welcome, gorgeous beings of light. This is Elmara coming to you from the spectacular Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia, on a most beautiful day. And I want to share with you today a really powerful story about working with guides and angels and how they can help you sometimes in the least expected ways. So, if we just take a big breath in and call in all of our highest spiritual healing teachers, guides, and angels, let go of everything that's outside this moment and bring your awareness into right now. And I hear as I'm doing that, the wind is coming up. I have a great relationship with the wind. Hopefully they'll ding all my beautiful chimes in a moment, and you'll get to hear that as well. But the story I wanted to tell you today is a miracle kind of story that happened back in my 30s, and I was reminded of it because one of my students, clients, students that did my last 12-week Activate the God in You and End Your Suffering Now training program told me about this morning, and that is that she had to go and pick up 190 kilo client. So for you, those of you overseas, that's over 400 pounds client. And that she was struggling with lots of people trying to get the man in the van. And then she was just praying all the way back to where she needed to unload the person, going, guides, angels, anyone, can you please come and help me? Can you please come and help me? And she said to me, I swear to God, it was like lifting a feather out of the van. Now, I knew that that was true because I had a similar experience back in my 30s, just after all my clairaudience came in. So I lived in this tiny little two-bedroom cottage opposite the biggest cemetery in Brisbane called the Toowong Cemetery. And every morning, I began to hear every morning. I'd done a really powerful workshop with a guy who came from overseas, and then all of a sudden I wake up and I can hear people talking. First thing in the morning, and then late at night, I could hear hundreds of people that sounded like in my house talking. I even got a girlfriend over. I said to her, can you hear all those people talking? And she's like, no, I didn't hear a thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm finally going crazy. My parents were right. Anyway, um, turns out that shortly after that, someone else came to town, and when I told them about it, they go, oh my God, love, you're a gatekeeper. Do you meditate every day? I said, I guess I do. And they went, well, there must be a cemetery nearby. I go, yeah, right across the road. And he goes, well, all of these people see you going home every day and they're waiting for you to take them home with them. And so that's how I learnt to be a gatekeeper. But as soon as people saw me doing that every morning, God, my house was just full of spirits all the time. And it was just, and because my clairaudience was waking up, all I could hear was beings chattering non-stop in my house. And in the end, I had to go, okay, no more coming to my house. I will meet you over there on top of the hill. Now, in the middle of the Toowong Cemetery in Brisbane is this great big, like, grey memorial thing. Like, it's like a whole damn house on top of the hill where some, like, in the 1930s, some young mayor had died of some disease, so they built a whole house for him to, to rest in on top of the hill with views out all over Brisbane. And there's all these lovely chairs around it. So I used to say to them, okay, guys, I'll be there on Tuesdays and Thursdays around lunchtime. Anyone who wants to go can come meet me there, anyone who wants to go home. And I used to walk around the cemetery, do a walk around the cemetery and just collect all the souls. There's so many other, a couple of other miracles that happened during that, just drop right in then. But this is the one I want to tell you about today, about the power of working with your angels. And so this, I was walking by one day and unfortunately teenagers would get in the cemetery and hoon it up and bloody wreck it. And it used to annoy the crap out of me because it wasn't a priority. The police would never kind of get there in a hurry. But anyway, so I'm walking around the cemetery and I come across this gravesite and it's got Giuseppe, Joe in brackets, whatever, Italian, and this massive massive cross that was on top of his was off to the side of his gravesite. So it looked like the kids had tried to steal it, but it was like 4 foot, 4.5 foot high, and I'm only 5 foot high, and it was about 3.5 foot wide, but it was like at least a foot thick of marble. And I heard Giuseppe say to me, "Hey, love, can you pick up my cross for me?" And so I go bend down, and I was much stronger back then than I was now. And I bent down to lift up this bloody cross, and it was so heavy. It was so heavy because not only did I have to lift it up, I then had to step about 8 inches up onto his headstone, and then lift it up another 9 inches to put it up and over the spike that the cross had been sitting on. And anyway, so I tried it, and I just kind of said, "Oh, Joe, I'm so sorry. It's just way too heavy, darling. There's no way that I can lift that. I'm just so, so sorry." Then I go to continue my walk when he says, "Wait a minute, wait a minute." I hear him as clear as a bell go, "Wait a minute, wait a minute." And next thing, like I felt like a bit of energy come in, a bit. There was a lot. And next thing I heard him say, "Can you try again, love? Can you try again?" And honest to God, it was like picking up a feather. Like picking up a feather, I stepped onto his gravestone, and then stepped up and lifted it up another bloomin' foot to lift it up and over the spike and bring his cross back down on the spike. And and I just remember just like this elation. I could feel all of this elation. And he was hugging me and kissing me. But then all the people that had helped, all the people that were in the graveyard that had helped, were all smacking me kisses on either side of my face. It was just such a joyous moment for him because he was Catholic in this life, and it obviously was important to him. I learnt so many things in that tiny little miracle. I learnt that not everyone is ready to go home or wants to go home. He obviously had a whole pile of buddies in the cemetery there that he was hanging out with. Um, or maybe they'd gone home and they just came back to help me with a cross. But I do know that it was like picking up a feather, and that was the same explanation my student gave to me this morning when she said that it came time to take this 190 kilo body, 400 pound plus body, out of their van. So this is just a little tiny, tiny, tiny bit of what angels can do for you when you begin to work with them every day. Instead of you having to do all of the hard work, you just show up and ask for them to assist you. And I can tell you millions of stories. I actually, about I don't know, a couple of years ago, December 2022, I think it was, began 100 Miracles in 100 Days. So if you want to know more about those miracles, go have a listen to that. They all contain high frequency source codes, so you will receive a healing when you listen to those. But you can definitely ask them to help you with everything. And you can even do mundane things. Like I've been downtown, which is about 5 kilometres away, doing my shopping, and I live in Queensland, subtropical. It can just rain out of nowhere, and I've got washing on the line, and I just say to them, "Hey, can you wait till I get home to get my washing off the line?" And sure enough, it'll be pouring rain until I drive up my driveway. I take my washing off the line, and then it buckets down rain here as well. The other day, I had some friends deliver a mattress, and it was forecasted for storms from 3 to 6 p.m., and they had planned to do it at 4 p.m. So I said to God and the angels, it can bucket down to 3:30, but can it please stop from 3:30 to 4:30 so we can deliver this mattress without it getting wet? Because my friend had mentioned that she had no way of, they had no way of covering the mattress. So I said, "It's okay, I asked God to stop the rain." And they arrived, they delivered the mattress, they got home just after, it was just 10 minutes down the road to pick it up and bring it back. Just after they got home, it bucketed down rain everywhere. We didn't get that rain for another half an hour here where we were, but it bucketed down rain when they were there. So when they got home, so which was really probably just to show her that's the power that happens when you work with angels. So I trust that that inspires you to start to ask for help. Stop doing all the heavy lifting yourself. Your guides and angels, if you need money, ask them to help bring you some clients. If you need your health to be improved, ask them to show you how you can improve your health. We are stuck in a world that's all about me, and you have to set all these goals and you have to work hard and you have to do all of this rubbish, which is just not true. It is not true. It is not who we are. We are infinitely powerful beings who just need to connect into that powerful part of ourselves, ask some guides and angels for help, and just see what shows up in your life. Breathe for me, please. Big breath in. Breathe often. Big, deep breath in through your nose and let out everything that's outside of it. Breathing in through your nose and letting out a ah, and of course much louder than that. A nice big ah will help clear your heart and clear your chakras from your base up to your third eye. So there's tons of things you can do to work with your angels. If you're interested in knowing more about how to do that, we have a 12-week Activate the Goddess Within You and End Your Suffering Now program. If you go back to late last year, you'll see 3 or 4 or 5 video testimonials of people who completed that program. I have lots more written testimonials of those. You can go to my website, www.elmaraseraphim.com, and just .com, by the way. And if what you read there appeals to you, you can apply for a discovery session and see if this is the next right step for you. So I'm sending you all of my deepest love and richest blessings. I trust this inspires you to begin to work with your guides and angels. And even if you can't see them or hear them, they're always there. The only reason you can't see them or hear them is because you're too dense. Your energy is too dense. You're too caught up in all of the news and all of the drama of the world and all the terrible things that are happening. Of course, the news is going to tell you that because they don't want you to know how powerful you are. Because God help us if we all woke up and remembered the infinite beings of light we already are, we wouldn't be doing all the crap and allowing our world to be run the way it is. And we seriously, seriously need more gorgeous beings that came here to do something wonderful, to wake up and do that something wonderful. So if you'd like help doing that, I've been doing this work for 40 plus years, and for thousands and thousands of other years, and I just have a gift for helping people transmute their poop into power, and that's my superpower. Just from having a conversation with me, I can help you transmute your stuff back to light, back to where it is, and that's just because I've transmuted all my own poop back to light. It's also the reason why people come up to me in the street and just tell me their life story. So it's just part of my journey here. So anyway, sending you all so much love, infinite love and blessings to you all. Have a truly blessed day, and we look forward to speaking with you if you feel this is the right next thing for you. I'll put the website down in the comments as well. Love, love, love. My deepest love and richest blessings to you all. And bye for now.